Who ever seen that movie?
The never
ending story. And that's what it's talking about.
Or eternity.
Right, or what we call everlasting or eternal. And that's why the scriptures speak of hell being eternal. Because if you don't get it right, you're going to be eternally damnated to a particular level of existence. And that's hell. Now, maybe for you physically, because you might not be consciously aware, because the light shined up in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. But the soul would say, man, God damn it. You know what I'm saying? But you get me back in this damn condition again. Why can't you just learn from your errors and let's move on? Now, no, it ain't. And guess what? That creates karma. When the soul is in conflict with the physical body, you're going to be paying some hell. Just that simple. Right here, this is the God Kanum that I'm talking about. As you see the two bodies? Adam and Eve.
And that was taken off of what?
Off the walls of Seti 1. And it reads, Kanum is one of the oldest Neturs in the Nile Valley. His name means to mold or to matu. We also call him the fashioner. Within Arabic, his name is Musaweru. Musaweru is the 13th attribute of Allah. Musaweru, which means the fashioner. Okay? Musa. Musa. Yeah, Musaweru. We're going to get back to, remember, Musa, or who is Moses, was made a god unto the Pharaoh. He is often portrayed sitting on a potter's table, and before him stands the Ba and the Ka, your Adam and your Eve, of the human being whom he has just fashioned from what? Clay. But this is not regular clay as we thinking from the dust of the ground, which that forms your physical body. It's the shell that encases the Ba and the Ka. Within each level, because you have 7 bodies. The Ba being the highest, and the spirit is your astral body. This story surfaces thousands of years later in Genesis, when we witness God molding Adam from clay. The word Adam means made from the earth.
And you said that was found on the temple wall.
Thousands.
Seti the first?
Seti the 1. Right.
Seti the first.
Right. Which is Set.
Yeah.
The God said. Right.
Which would have been around the year of 28,000 BC.
Right.
That's when it was written on it.
Right, that's when it was written in. Right. We don't know how long the story actually exists. Right. Obviously, the story has to go back to almost 10,500 BC, which would be equivalent to 12,500 years ago. Because that's when the pyramids were actually formed. As well, some say that the Sphinx is even older than the pyramids. That the Sphinx date back to over 90,000 years ago. Wow. So we dealing with science in which that these Europeans went over. Remember, they, if you notice, within the last 100 years, all this technology just came about. How you think they got it? Before they went into Africa, they didn't have this information. It wasn't until after they went into Egypt, Africa, Kemet, that they got the information for how to build what? Planes or jets, helicopters, because I can show you a picture of all of those things, hieroglyphics or metaneta, is there on the temple walls. In the temple of Seti 1, as well as also in the temple of Kumaobo, which is the temple of Sebek. There is pictures of helicopters, pictures of aircrafts, space shuttles, or what we would call space shuttles, what we call submarines, what we call the hovercrafts in which that come from out of Star Wars. All these things are right there on the temple walls in Egypt. They had this information over 10,500 BC, 12,500 years ago. This is nothing new under the sun. The white man simply plagiarized the drawings, and he put them on paper, sketched out, got the material in order to try to fashion it as close to possible as he could to the ancient Egyptians' technology. As you see, that's all he ever does is copy what we have already done anyway. I mean, think about it. We've been on this planet for over 24 million years, and he just came here 6,000 years ago. Who else would he copy? You don't know jack. Compare 6,000 years to 24 million. You don't know nothing, do we? You don't know nothing. He's a latecomer. So that means that he had to get all his information from those that's been here the longest time, and that's black folks. Okay? And if you go all over the planet, and as he tried to deny, but then he slips up and have to tell the truth, we built all the pyramids. The ones you go over to China, you find that they was done by the Shang-Li dynasty, and Li means black. So you can't get away from it. Because every time they try, it shows up regardless. So this is just some of the things that we have to go over and go through. Now, the same thing goes with this religion that they call Islam. Same thing as with Christianity. It was made up off our mythos and off of the information in which that came from out of ancient Kemet. Also, Islam was too. There was no person by the name of Muhammad. Matter of fact, if we went over last week, the word Muhammad actually comes from the word Ma'at. Mu, which means water. Ham means black, which is Cam. And Mai, which is Ma'at. Mu is the abbreviation for Musa, which is Moses, which means to be drawn forth from water. Mu means water. Ham means black. Ma'at means guide or justice or truth or reciprocity or balance or peace or order. She got 7 attributes. Now, let's put this together. The name Muhammad. Within Islam, Mu means one. So one drawn forth from the water of blackness. To lead towards what? Justice, truth, balance, harmony, reciprocity. Now, Muslims would tell you that Muhammad is the same as the comforter within your Holy Bible. For example, let's go to the book of John. In the book of John, now of course the book of John was not written by John, it was written by Arius Pisos. Okay, I'm going to give you the names of the ones who did the 4 Gospels. Arius Pisos and Philly. Okay? But you got to understand that they took this from off the walls of ancient Kemet. So that means that there's still valuable information in here because they took it from our information. So see, that's what I'm saying. They can't get away. See, the truth can never get away from us if you look for it. It can get away from them because they keep making up lie after lie. They have the people believe it and, you know, they perpetuate myths. But we don't never have to get away from our information as long as we go back to an Afrocentric spirituality base, religion or culture. That culture, that religion is what helps us formulate our conceptions on God, on who we are by knowing ourselves and how we relate physically to the physical universe or what we see, touch, taste, and smell and hear. Okay? Right here. Now, if y'all don't remember the story, this is when Jesus tells his disciples that he has to go. And that if he don't go, then the one who's going to come after him will not come. Y'all remember hearing that before? Okay, let's get into who that one is to supposedly come. Because Muslims tell you, if you study what they say, that they would tell you that it actually is, quote unquote, Muhammad. Muhammad.